Happiness to say these days for all things out to me, so this was in the hallway, up through the roof, and there must be fire security in this corner. Look at it, you can see the
In what is being termed as the worst nightmare for the hostelers at a hostel in New Zealand's capital, 6 people have been killed while others were forced to flee the hostel in their pyjamas to save their lives in an overnight fire. Not all areas of the building had been searched yet because the roof on the top floor had collapsed, bringing down debris and making the area unsafe. The fire broke out on the top floor of the Loafer Lodge in the Wellington neighborhood of Newtown just after midnight on Tuesday. Officials said that 52 people had made it out of the building alive, but they were still trying to account for others. Firefighters were still at the scene on Tuesday morning, extinguishing the small fires that remain and assessing the building structurally. Firefighters were called to the hostel at about 12:30 a.m. Emergency officials said that the building had no fire sprinklers, which Prime Minister Chris Hipkins said was not required in New Zealand's building code for other buildings that would have to be retrofitted. The police said that the cause of the fire was not known yet, but they did not believe it had been deliberately lit. Police Inspector Dion Bennett said that the plan was to begin a thorough scene investigation Wednesday after fire officials handed building access off to them. As per reports, residents told reporters that fire alarms would regularly sound in the building, possibly from people smoking or overly sensitive smoke monitors, so many had initially thought it was another false alarm. Authorities rescued at least 5 people from the roof of the burning building, while one person sustained serious injuries after jumping from the 3rd floor of the building to escape the flames. Loafer's customers range from shift workers like nurses and hospital staff to unemployed and homeless people. Several residents are people who have been deported from Australia, with some still unaccounted for. In comments to local media, Mr. Hipkins called the fire an absolute tragedy and paid tribute to local fighters who have put themselves in harm's way over past hours to get people out of the building and put the fire out. The hostel provided a combination of short-term and long-term rentals. Meanwhile, Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese told reporters that he had spoken with Hipkins and offered Australian assistance. "This is a dreadful human tragedy," Albanese said. "I express my condolences on behalf of Australia to our friends in New Zealand at this very difficult time."
Subscribe to Oneindia channel and never miss an update.